I think the first thing is as you're looking at the menu and the cart setup is to keep it simple. And if you're working with multiple sites, try to be consistent so that it just makes it easier in terms of the management aspects. Prior to that or after that, I guess whichever way would work better, is to get approval from the health inspector, making sure that whatever questions or concerns they have with the setup of the cart, do they feel you need pre-wrapped items, particularly including silverware? Do you need anything to chill the milk and the juice and fruit items? What are some of their hot buttons that during an inspection they might bring up, and you want to just offset those by just letting the health inspector see your plan and go over it with them in advance so that there's no surprises when they do a review and you're not having to make major corrections after you've already started the program. We've had our first round of inspections and haven't had any problems. The other thing that I thought was very effective was actually setting up a cart with the pans and the chillers, baskets, the computer, and the riser for the computer, actually setting up a cart and then walking through with staff. Does this setup look like it will work based on their experience? I took pictures of it because I work with multiple districts and then emailed those pictures to the other districts, got their feedback. Make sure that the staff actually doing the cart setup and utilization of the shelving underneath, what all that should look like, and questions get answered related to how to set up the cart and utilize the cart from the very beginning. The pictures and having that opportunity to interact with the staff who were doing it, I think just helped for a smooth transition. And then just being flexible with that is, maybe my ideas to set up the cart weren't feasible based on the location where we ended up having to put the cart, based on what products seemed to go well with the students, and then take the suggestions that were offered by the staff and actually redo the plan as needed and bring it back so that we could again then have consensus and agreement. I really think that student involvement really drove how the participation occurred in each of the districts. Mainly when I talk about that is just deciding on products that they maybe wanted to see, doing taste testings with the students in advance of starting the program so they have an idea if there's a new program or product that they could see it, taste it, and know acceptability before the program started. Cart placement was part of the strategy too, is what location would really be beneficial for not only traffic flow, but where students could access it easy, and it was in a location that we were able to plug a computer in if need be, if we didn't have battery backup working. Just really location and student involvement, I think, were big. I think that's true, is if there's strategic locations to maybe consider doing a second cart. In the Willmar district, we did a mailing to announce the program to our senior high households in English, Somali, and Spanish. And I think that helped particularly increase our participation of free and reduced students who maybe would not have understood that this was a program where they could access at no charge. In addition to that, I think the media campaign, the promotional campaign, whether it was done professionally or done by the district, really helped the students understand and staff understand what we were doing, whether it's videos, school announcements, posters, along that line. I think another strategy would be to consider doing a day where you're offering free breakfast to all students and staff in the building in order to just get them familiar with the location, to see the products that you're offering, and to see what this whole program is about when you start it by giving them the opportunity to have it at no charge. Really set the stage in all three of the districts to be able to have a successful program. Can you afford it? It actually increases your participation, so it's offset by participation in the long run. What we saw with numbers in the Willmar district is that breakfast doubled We're running anywhere from 650 to 700 breakfasts with a student enrollment of about 1,150 students. And the response from students has been phenomenal. We're seeing the same thing in Montevideo, where they've added a second cart because their counts were so high. And New London had actually added a second cart to their first cart in their location to give the students more variety. And honestly, it's one of the best programs that we've added to our senior highs is the second chance breakfast for students, because what we're seeing is students really prefer to have a breakfast a little later in the morning, and this program has given us that opportunity to test it and find that this has been very well received by students, and it's something they want, and that's what we should be doing in food service in the school districts, is providing students the things that they want in terms of nutrition and programming. This program has met that need.